Good morning, Dubai. This is the Lovin Dubai show with me, Casey.
And Farah.
And we go through the top trending stories that everyone across the country is talking about. First of all, before you freak out, Masa is sick, unfortunately, again today. She hasn't gone anywhere, but she'll be back soon. So we're just wishing her that she get well soon. Our top story of the day, the UAE is one game away from qualifying for the FIFA 2026 World Cup.
And Dubai police seized 28 vehicles over unpaid fines and expired licenses.
We're talking about Dhabi Aviation launching air taxi services in Egypt starting at $200.
And Dubai Bling star Ebraheem Alsamadi issued an apology for not setting the right example.
And also later on in the show at just about 8:50, we're so excited to welcome our guests who are running for inclusion and sisterhood, the women behind She Runs UAE.
And before we get into all that, in today's rapid weather report, it's partly cloudy with temperatures ranging from 28 to 37 degrees Celsius, with other parts of the country seeing heavy rain.
Very heavy rain. I saw the videos over the weekend.
I know.
And it's so funny because this morning, if you look at our WhatsApp account, we're talking about how gorgeous it is in Dubai, but like not very far. Was it raining where you were this weekend?
No. But I was seeing videos that there are parts of Dubai close-ish to where I was. So Al Barari, I'm in JVC, so close-ish in a way. It was raining and drizzling pretty much, you know. But where I was, it wasn't. But then I hit the road at around 8 p.m. and that's when it started raining.
Oh, where?
JVC all the way to Mall of the Emirates.
Okay. I didn't realize in my pocket of Production City it's been dry skies. But on the NCM weather report, it just says partly cloudy, no rain in Dubai.
And I checked my weather app on my phone, and it didn't say that it was going to rain at all, which was very surprising because it did eventually. Sure, it took a while, but.
But then let's also look, if you can see the videos behind us, like it was quite shocking to see these weather reports. We were aware of it, by the way, coming into the weekend. There were high rain weather alerts issued for other parts of the country, particularly in Fujairah. It's seeing very, very heavy rainfall. The streets are being flooded, and that poor camel has been left out. I hope he's okay.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't totally expect it to be in the city at all, especially not this early. Like for me, October, I mean, that's great. I love that. I love a rainy weather. But in October, I didn't quite expect it to start hitting the city. But I'm really glad it did. It started going like, oh, fall vibes. I'm very happy about it.
I can't partake in this conversation.
No.
I do not agree ever. Although I did see one report, it was outside of the UAE, but it says countries in the region towards the end of the month could experience quite dramatic weather. Saudi and Oman, and whether or not that would hit the UAE, we're not sure yet, but we will keep a close eye on it, and then maybe you'll get your rain in the city.
Well, I'm excited about it. You, not so much.
No, but what I am excited about is this. The UAE is one game away from qualifying for the FIFA 2026 World Cup. Massive news over the weekend. You'll see the videos behind us. You'll get goosebumps. You'll get tears. The UAE is one step closer to qualifying for the World Cup after a huge 2-1 win over Oman. This is a big deal considering the UAE has not appeared in a World Cup since 1990. And you can imagine the celebrations were absolutely wild.
The match was anything but easy. Oman took an early lead, but the UAE fought back with everything they had, with Marcus Maloney equalizing in the 76th minute and Chow, I think that's how you pronounce the name, Lucas sealing the win in the 83rd.
So now the UAE tops Group A with 3 points and is just one game away from making history. So brace yourselves for Tuesday night. If the UAE beats Qatar, we are going to the World Cup for the first time in 3 decades.
That is so incredible. I don't think I ever imagined it. I mean, I'm so happy.
It's so huge.
It is such a big deal, and I'm so excited for it to happen. 2020, wait, when is it going to happen?
2026.
2026. I am so excited. Oh my gosh. I don't think I pictured that would happen. And the celebrations were huge in Doha.
Right.
I love that.
It wasn't on my bingo card either. What is that? What is that phrase? It wasn't on my bingo card for 2025, 2026.
Yeah, it wasn't on my bingo cards.
Can you believe, guys, this is Doha, and then we had the videos from the flight on the way back, which you can see there, but also they're live showing the footage in cinemas. So you can actually go and see on Tuesday night, it's Vox in City Centre Murdiff is going to be showing the qualifiers. There's also some hotels, Radisson Blu, Joanna Hall, the Sheraton Hotel, the Majlis Hall. So they're opening it up. It's going to be so much fun and iconic if we get there. And just imagine how much fun we'll have over the next year if the UAE makes it. So and also some very special moments on and off the pitch. Did you see the player kissing his mom?
Yeah, that was so sweet.
It was very, very sweet. Aww. So on an emotional level, I'm not going to pretend to be the biggest football supporter. I'm not. But I love the emotion and I love the energy and I love to see UAE football supporters proudly supporting their country in such a kind of a nice way. Like there's no ugliness, there's no violence, which sometimes you can see lending itself to football. Yeah. This is how football and sports and celebrations should be done. So much fun.
Oh my God, it was so nice to see over the weekend, honestly. Like the celebrations in Qatar, here, the one in Vox Cinemas over the weekend, that was so nice to see. Obviously, it was very loud and people were like, well, what is that? Until you actually get to realize, oh, they were watching the match and the winning goal and everything. It was really nice. I'm also not the biggest football fan, but when it comes to World Cup, it's different.
It's different.
It's a different
Yeah, game. It's different.
That's when you get really into it and you actually start going like, okay, yes, I like it so much. But yeah, generally not a football fan, but World Cup is different.
Okay, so June 11th, 2026 is when it'll be starting. So I hope the more mileage we get out of this, the better. And so fingers crossed, Tuesday night is when the match is happening. So keep your eyes peeled for all of the updates on that. Let's move it to the roads.
Yeah, Dubai police seized 28 vehicles over unpaid fines and expired licenses. So Dubai police have impounded 28 vehicles during inspection campaigns targeting motorists with unpaid fines and expired licenses as part of its ongoing efforts to enhance road safety and reduce reckless driving. Brigadier Juma Salim bin Swaydan, Director of General Traffic Department, said some vehicles had fines worth tens of thousands of dirhams and had gone years without license renewal, posing a major risk, of course. He confirmed that police will take strict legal action against those fines or ignoring those fines and driving illegally.
On to decree number 29 of 2015, vehicles with fines exceeding 6,000 dirhams can be legally impounded. Motorists are urged to clear fines through the Dubai Police app, which offers flexible payment options. Colonel Abdullah Mohammed Rashid added that the Smart Field campaigns use advanced systems to detect violations, with owners receiving SMS alerts before action is taken.
And authorities emphasize that the goal is to encourage compliance, not just penalize, ensuring safer roads for everyone. That's the important goal here.
Yeah, absolutely. It makes so much sense because what happens is one can get a fine, one can get another fine and another, and one might choose to wait for a moment of leniency. But they're basically saying that if you get to a certain amount, your car's off the road.
Yeah. So I think that's the thing that people didn't realize. I personally didn't realize either. I am one to... Sorry to say that, but accumulate the fines. I try so hard not to get any, but things happen and you make mistakes. So I wait until my license renewal or the end of the year so that in hopes that one of the Emirates would take leniency.
What do you want now?
And offer
one of the Emirates?
I have one in Iraq. It's the most expensive one. And I didn't see that coming.
How much is the Iraq one? Sorry, should I laugh?
600.
I got a 600 one in Dubai last week.
Oh, it hurts. It hurts so much because it just feels like,
I
could have avoided it.
You should see me on the road now. I'm like 2 hands on the wheel, left, right, going so slowly. Sorry, how much, what are your fines at this?
Let's see.
Considering
total.
That's your plan.
Okay, good. So I have 3 payable, no black points, no non-payable. And the total is 800. But yeah, the drum roll. My total is 800. I'm very, very, very sad about that. One of them is not mine.
How many fines is that?
So I have 3.
Okay.
One, I think 2 are parking. One, I just forgot to send the code for parking. I had written it, I just didn't press send. That was my mistake. I'm very apologetic about that.
Yeah.
One of them was not mine, it was my friend's, but I just didn't say anything. And
They don't know?
I didn't tell them. Maybe eventually I will.
Will they watch this show by any chance?
Probably not. It's very, very, very early in the UK right now, so probably not.
Okay.
And one of them is the 600 for speeding in rack. I'm just hoping the rack one, maybe during the, what is it? National Day celebration. Sometimes they have a discount on fines.
We haven't, let's not preempt this. We haven't got a discounted fines in Dubai. The rack one, that's what you mean. Yeah.
The rack one. Dubai, I don't really have hopes for it.
No,
to be honest, I just don't. I think I'll just pay off these ones. The rack one, I'm hoping, I'm praying, but we don't know.
Let's see. Interesting is that generally when you renew your vehicle license, you have to pay the fines before you can renew it. So that kind of keeps everyone in check, that if you're waiting for leniency, as soon as your time to renew your license comes around your car, you have to do it. However, I guess I did get a 600 dirham fine for speeding, and sometimes it was a rare case, but sometimes you do see cars speeding a lot, and you're thinking like, this is what they do, but what I'm saying is people probably tally up more fines in a small amount of time.
Yeah.
And then therefore, this is the UAE regulating Dubai, this is the RTA regulating, Dubai Police regulating that behaviour, because that's obviously not great. So it's cutting down those speedsters off the roads.
Exactly. Because also at the end of the day, doesn't that help you out a little bit? So if you hit 6K in fines, you have to pay it like almost immediately. I think you will get a notice, like we said, but it can be legally impounded if you don't pay it up. And you know what? I feel like it's better because one, it keeps you in check and you're being held accountable. And also because if it goes past 6K, like how much more are you waiting, honestly? Like, yeah, it might keep accumulating. It might be more and more and more. And at the end of the day, these people weren't fussed about paying their fines because of their expired licenses, and they hadn't like done anything about it. There's also a fine for that, not renewing your license.
Oh yeah, well yeah, of course. And all to keep us safe and well on the roads. Let's move into our next story of the day.
Yes, Abu Dhabi Aviation launches air taxi services in Egypt starting at $200. So talk about taking travel to new heights. Abu Dhabi Aviation has officially announced an air taxi service in Egypt in partnership with the Egyptian Air Force, giving passengers a faster way to hop between major cities and attractions. Short routes like Cairo and to the pyramids will cost around $200 per person, while a trip to the Citadel is $300. And Al Maza Airport to Sheikh Zayed comes in at $350. For longer intercity flights such as Hurghada to Luxor to Cairo to Siwa or Cairo to Siwa, prices reach up to $1,500.
The new service aims to ease travel congestion, so less cars on the roads, offer premium city-to-city transport, and showcase Egypt's most iconic destinations from the sky. While the fares might make your wallet sweat, the views and the time saved might just be worth it for a once-off purchase. Would you try an air taxi for your next Cairo commute? Or would you stick to ground operations?
I don't know. Okay, so I'm Egyptian, so I'm pretty excited. I was pretty excited when I heard about this news. Not as excited when I heard the price. $200 is actually a lot when you convert it to Egyptian pounds. It's a lot. Because...
How much is it? Sorry, give that to me in dirhams, could you?
$200 So 200... Wait, actually, you know what?
About 700 dirham.
Yeah, 700 dirhams. And the 1 dirham is 13.5 pounds. I can't do math. I'm very bad at math. This is why I'm in media.
Same. So when you say that, I'm like, I don't know what to do with that information.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, so 700 dirham is the frame of reference I need.
So,
but what you're saying in
so it's around
Egypt,
9,000. No, 9,100 dirhams. No.
What?
9,100. Oh, sorry, 9,000 Egyptian pounds.
Okay.
Yeah,
But
for
and
real.
I imagine.
And that's the cheapest thing.
Okay.
Let me try to like show you what I mean when I say 200 per person for this route. So Cairo to the pyramids, that's, let's say you live at the very end of Cairo, like the very, very, very beginning, which is where I live actually. It's called the settlements. And then going all the way to the pyramids, which is where our very, very close to, kind of close to where the Egypt office is, the Lovin Cairo headquarters. It takes about an hour if there's no traffic. Exact hour.
Okay.
Would you pay an hour? Would you pay $200 for an hour? I don't know. I don't think I would. Because it's very easy to get there.
Wait, no, but the air taxi would be quicker than an hour?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so you're saying, would you pay it to avoid that? Not for my commute, but if I was a tourist...
That sounds incredible.
And I was flashing my cash for a few days and I wanted like a no traffic experience of Cairo. And if I like sometimes, and I feel like going on one of those air taxis at the beginning, if they're high price, they will, if people who are using them are going to be people with a lot of money.
Definitely.
And I think people with not a lot of money, regular amounts of money, will be using them possibly for an experience at the beginning before, because I think at first it's not going to be like Kita, right? You're not going to see it everywhere. At the very beginning, they're not going to be rolled out everywhere. I think it's going to take time for the infrastructure and for regulation and things to come in place. But at the beginning, they'll have pilot options and there'll be different routes and there won't be that many. And I think people, they'll be at a high price point at the beginning. And so, as a once-off, probably.
Potentially, yeah.
But then I don't think you'd be using it for your commute I don't think we'll be using them for our commute for a long time.
Yeah. I mean, it hasn't even rolled out here, even though we've been hearing so many stories and the news is coming out that there's going to be air taxis here. And I think there's going to be one based in Iraq. But yeah, they haven't even rolled out here yet. So I think it'll take its time, but I think air taxis are definitely in our future.
And imagine in future, as you mentioned, RAC, Emirate to Emirate, particularly for people coming to visit the UAE, and if they'd like to maybe see RAC for a day, see Fujairah for a day, and they can hop in an air taxi.
I mean, that's much quicker. Because the drive,
amazing.
I mean, the drive is not too bad at all. It's really not that bad. I mean, we've all been to RAC, I think we've driven there, but going and coming same day, if that's the type of thing, air taxi would be very handy.
Yes, it would. I just wonder what's their length of commute time. Who knows? Let's jump into our final news story of the day. Dubai Bling star Ebraheem Alsamadi issued an apology for not setting the right example. So here's a bit of a backstory on this in case you've been living off under a rock and not on Instagram this weekend. Ebraheem from Dubai Bling recently shared a video of himself dancing in a towel. Just a towel. The video came after his marriage and subsequent divorce. And so this weekend, Ebraheem issued a heartfelt apology for that video and similar style of images where basically he was topless.
He admitted that he may have been too proud of his physical transformation. Like many figures, he recognizes that his audience includes his young, impressionable followers and said it's his responsibility to post more thoughtfully.
He explained that since his divorce, he's been focusing on self-improvement, particularly his fitness and his waistline, which is something he's struggled with since he was young. And when he finally saw the results, he felt proud, in his own words, maybe too proud.
His apology video struck a chord with many, earning him praise for his humility and self-awareness. He shared that his faith reminds him to be a positive role model.
So I saw the video and I saw the beginning of the comments on Lovin Dubai, and I saw a lot of people, although now I believe it's a mixed bag, but there was a lot of like high praise for people saying, so this is from the real Shmadi, I'm sorry, but I really like this guy. You don't have to apologize for that. He really is his true self and takes accountability for his wrongs.
That's a good one. I've seen so many. Well, the ones under his post, a lot of people were telling him, Ebraheem, thank you so much for this. You don't have to apologize. This is, you're just being yourself and you're being your authentic self online. You don't need to apologize. But we love the accountability. Like, thank you for realizing that you have a young audience and you don't want to set a negative example. So thank you for doing that.
Yeah.
I feel like that's sweet.
That's interesting, because someone says, why is he apologizing for just enjoying his life?
Yeah, you could say that.
But I think It's Midor said something that we're all thinking. So you need a big heart to realize, to take accountability and to apologize. Eventually, we're all humans, learn from mistakes and strive to be better for future. Haters won't like this. Good people would learn from it, and that's simple. You know, I think regardless of your thoughts of Ibrahim and the videos that he had previously shared, but I think in general it's very important for people with a big platform to recognize the responsibility and that they have on young audiences. And so it may just seem like a simple video, but it is going out to a lot of people. And because people had thoughts about it, and the fact that he was able to issue an apology, it's not easy. So I think it takes a lot to kind of come up and to issue what felt like a really heartfelt apology. So I think well done to him.
Yeah, no, it was really admirable, honestly, to see. And one other thing that was mentioned on the Lovin Dubai post is that he is a public figure, and he does talk about his appearance and how he worked so hard on it. But he also doesn't shy away from being honest, because he has showed and has said that he had cosmetic procedures, dermatological care, and a full workout regimen. So, like, at the end of the day, what a lot of influencers fail to do is be transparent and say, oh, I've had work done, or I do this, or I do that to look like this.
Very true.
So it's really admirable that he doesn't try to say, oh, I look like this naturally. He's honest about it, and he says, I've done this, I've done that, and da-da-da. And I feel like you should praise the influencers and the public figures that do something like that. It's also not easy to say, oh, I was always insecure about my nose and I got it done.
So you're so right about that, because people are going to judge regardless.
Yeah, regardless.
People will judge surgery, for example.
Yeah.
We're like putting through things on social media, you're putting your decisions up for judgment. But what happens is, if people don't talk about it, there's always whisperings, and you kind of wish that they were just more open.
Yeah.
And very few males, for example, do talk about surgeries, and the fact that it's very common for women, I think maybe it might normalize being transparent about these things for more men, and then also for men to feel comfortable moving forward with things if they're uncomfortable about something. So well done, Ibrahim.
Yeah, I like that.
We support you. Okay, so we are now going to jump in to our next guest. We have two very inspiring women from the community who'll be joining the She Runs at Expo on November 9th. So they'll be joining us after this very short break. Do stay tuned. A very welcome back to the Lovin Dubai show. Today's guests are two inspiring women, community champions for She Runs UAE, ahead of the big run happening on November 9th at Expo City. You can find more information for that at sheruns.uae. Today we have Layla Labib, who is a Special Olympian, and she will be running for inclusion, for awareness for people for determination, and also Dr. Shafali Verma, who is a women's health advocate and functional medicine doctor, helping women move from burnout to balance. Together, they're inspiring women to show up, move with purpose, and run for something that matters. First of all, good morning. Welcome to the show.
Good morning. Thank you so much.
Thank you both for bringing the energy and the smiles on a Monday morning. First of all, let's jump in. What does She Runs mean personally to both of you? Why are you taking part? Let's start with you, Layla.
Okay, actually, I raise awareness for all women and people like myself, and also inclusion, and people like me with Down syndrome.
Yeah, and for me, I mean, really, it's much more than I thought originally. Like, She Runs is a community. It's like women. For me, a big, massive part, my purpose is proactive healthcare. So I'm running for proactive healthcare. It's to build awareness for us to be able to have a lot more knowledge about how to prevent disease, really.
Interesting. And Leila, so you're running for inclusion, as you said, raising for awareness for people with Down syndrome and people of determination. So why do you want to raise awareness for this cause?
Well, the reason I'm raising this awareness because sometimes I understand people are different. So I want them all to come to this race, and so they know what they're going to do, and they're like special. So I think, for me, I think I would tell them that they should come and enjoy the race.
Amazing. Well, I hope we all get down there and really support and enjoy the race for sure. Dr. Shefali, what does running for wellness look like beyond the physical side? So let's talk about the benefits that people might find from maybe training for this race and how they'll feel like.
So in terms of training, it's not just about running. It's about looking at your food. It's about looking at your recovery. It's looking about your hydration, the mental aspect of like running through that wall. It's actually all the things that are so important for the longest endurance race of it's your life. We don't look at life like that, do we? We don't look at life as like your longest race that you have to achieve and be successful. We look at small races and we do all those right things for that race, but it's actually learning how that changes performance. You know, it's about learning about all those different things, and the run up to the race is about preparing you for that moment.
Very interesting. And so in line with that, how are you both preparing for the race? And also, we need to talk about you being a Special Olympian. Before we talk about preparation for the race, can you tell us about your Special Olympian journey?
Well, I went to Paris for my second dances, and I also did the World Olympics and won in the summer program. And Berlin, Paris, and also I did Portugal.
Wow.
So I did like every competition.
Like our true champion here.
Wow. And also in Special Olympics 2027, I'm going to Chile.
Amazing.
For the next competition. And I'm aiming for the gold again.
Yes.
Again, amazing. And so what type, I didn't realize you were a gold medal winner. So we have a gold Olympian on the show. I think this might be the first for the Lovin Dubai show. So first of all, congratulations. What discipline, what sport do you partake in?
Well, I did so many sports. Like one of them is gymnastics, dancing, and running. But for running, I like it so much because I do awareness for that. And also in gymnastics, I did the Olympics in Berlin. I did one summer program in Portugal. And also I did gold, silver, every single medal that I took.
Amazing.
But it was very great. I worked hard, I trained. But I also did one in Paris. I went 2 times and I danced in the Disney parade.
Wow, okay, dream stuff. And so how is your preparation for the She Runs race looking like in comparison to your preparations for...
Well, me and my family are practicing very hard to do the race, and I would tell everyone, like every single woman, to be themselves.
Nice. So important. And what about you, Dr. Shefali? What is your training and preparation looking like for the race?
So I'm just trying to get the miles in, really. I mean, I'm doing a 5K so that I can encourage my children. I have twin girls, so they're running with me.
What age are they?
So they're 12.
Amazing. Okay.
Yeah, so they're massive into football, but we're going to Kite Beach and getting our kilometers in and just trying to like add 1 kilometer at a time and then increase speed and, you know, encouraging as many people to come down with me as possible on the 9th of November at Expo. For She Runs. Yeah.
And amazing. And would you have any advice for parents? I think about my my sister who has a 7-year-old daughter, and the daughter is not very interested in, you know, working out. She's interested in trying to get more TV time. And I just wondered, do you have any advice for parents to encourage their kids to get involved, to make it fun?
Like, I think the most important thing is to do it like a family. You know, I really think that the children at that age are like sponges. So they see your parents do it, they want to do it. You know, challenges. They love challenges. Challenging them, I don't think you can. And then, oh, yes, I can. Can you run this? Can you not? You know, small. And it's little steps that increments. You know, it's not about doing a 5K straight away, but it's about, you know, achieving your first 1K. You know, achieving your first two together. You know, there are a lot of little, I think kids like an element of like gratification. Like, what did you achieve? Wow, you can put this as a sticker on your fridge, and so on and so forth. There's so many little things I think that you can do to incentivize them. And then, wasn't that fun? You know, and then they're like, yeah, because it should be fun. Was it tiring? Yes, it was. But are you stronger? Are you faster? Are you fitter? So I think those are the things that I think, with the kids, I think it's a good way to try and encourage them. But get their friends to come along and make it as like, it's community, really, and it doesn't have to hurt. If you walk your first 1K, you walk your first 2K, it's still, a little bit of something is better than a lot of nothing, So every little step counts,
So true.
Yeah.
And sometimes the first steps are the hardest, but once you get out there.
Yeah. And I think when you do it together, I think it's making it, be fun, but being Kite Beach, we're so lucky. Yes. Really, there's so many, now we have the mall-a-thons. So you can actually go to the mall if you find it too hot. I mean, now the weather's changing, obviously all the rain and things. But the weather's changing. But you can go to the mall. We can go around a few. We can, track. So if you get your wearables and you show, going around shopping, you're like, you know what? We've just done 3,000 steps. Wow, look at us. Maybe next time we can do 4,000. There's so many ways in which we can get people moving.
Right.
But the start is the most important thing.
Agreed.
And
Layla, where are your favorite places to get your workouts in Dubai?
My favorite places to work out is actually my fitness. I do weights, but I also do running as well, in athletics, for any competitions. For everyone, even people with Down syndrome as well. Everyone should be included. So I do running outside. I do fitness, training cards. But not just fitness or running, I do other things.
Everything.
Everything. But mostly I would tell them that to be encouraged.
I think getting everyone involved is what we're trying to do here, and that's the most important thing. And that leads me into, you always say, run, jog, or even walk, let's just stick together. Can you tell us the meaning behind that saying?
Running, jogging, or being together means that we all are different things. When people usually say, don't be scared of anything, that's part of my speech I did, my first TikTok. And I said that we all are together no matter what. We're all different, but running together is being with a family, being with friends.
So true.
So true.
And we all have those days, though, where we don't feel like moving. And I just wonder, Layla, have you ever had that where you're just I don't want to go to the gym today? And how do you encourage yourself to go and exercise?
I always listen to my grandma's words. Don't be scared of anything and I'll just try.
That's really sweet. Yeah.
And what about you, Dr. Layla?
Yeah, I have them all the time. But I think it's important to also listen to your body. Sometimes your body does tell you don't feel like doing it because maybe it's a day to rest. And that's also okay. Recovery is part of the training. And I think sometimes, I remember my husband, when I first met him, used to say, don't chase fatigue, chase performance, And I think that's what we sometimes go wrong, Sometimes the body, and this is where the whole burnout aspect, we end up trying to over-push ourselves because we need to tick every single box every single day.
Yes.
But everything doesn't have to be that way. And I think sometimes rest is actually one of the most important things to achieving the performance that you wish on the day. And sometimes when you overtrain, you don't succeed either. So I try to encourage myself to definitely plan my, rest days. And on days where I don't feel like doing the same intensity of a workout, I might reduce the volume or the intensity. But going for a walk is also super, important. I think, sometimes it's just a stretch, that's still appropriate movement. And I think it isn't about training all the time. I always say movement is medicine, but it's the appropriate movement that is medicine. And what is appropriate for you in that time. And that's okay,
Can we speak a little bit about moms? My closest friend is a mom to a young child, just turned 1. And she was speaking on the guilt she feels because she wants to work out, but she also wants the time with her young child. And I wonder, how can events like She Runs help shift the mindset of that guilt that parents might feel to working out or finding that balance?
I think when you have a little one, I think even now my girls are 12. I think as a mother, you develop guilt regardless. So we're all in it together. We all feel guilty. But I think the reason why we feel guilty is because we're trying to do the best for our children. And to be honest, to do the best for our children means that we have to look after ourselves. You know, a lot of times people think that's really selfish, but actually, if you look after yourself, you'll be able to show up for your children.
Yes.
And I think for you to show up for your children, they need to also see that you're looking after yourself, because you want your kids to get to a stage where self-care is important for them. You know, I want my kids to think, you know what, training's important for mommy. Just like I'm gonna understand that training's important for you too. And your kids are gonna have to look at you and be like, you know, training's important for you as a mommy. You know, and that's all okay. I think we have many hats that we wear. We're a parent, we might work, we are a wife, a partner, whatever it is. And we need to show up for all of them. But to show up for all of them, we have to show up for ourselves. And I think that's an important thing that we need to, and I think that's also something about She Runs, right? Yeah. It's like we're all going to turn up for this run in all our different, sort of with all our different hats, whatever our job is. But on that day, we're doing it for ourselves.
Right.
And each other at the same time, because you can do something for you, which actually in turn is doing it for everybody else.
Very true, very true. And you're just giving me goosebumps because I attended a run before, and I remember the energy on the morning for She Runs was so powerful, and it was such a happy, positive morning. So I would encourage anyone to get out, and that would be my message to you. But if you guys have a message for the audience, people who are possibly hesitant to go out, maybe they don't know anyone attending, maybe they haven't ran a 5K before, would you have a message to someone who's hesitant about joining She Runs?
I mean, regardless, whether you can walk, everybody can hopefully walk, run, you know, jog. You don't need to know anyone, because on that day we're all kind of like together. We're all going to do it together. And I think that's the most important thing is we'll carry you. The person next to you is going to carry me. You know, Layla's going to carry me. I'm going to carry her. We're all going to carry each other ultimately, you know. And that's the beauty of it. You don't need to know anyone. It's just you, your feet. At the beginning of the She Runs campaign, I think one of the first things I wrote, I think on my Instagram was, if you have a body, you're an athlete. And I think that goes for everybody. You know, if you have a body, you are an athlete. And this is a moment to like show up for you as an athlete.
Amazing. And what about you, Leila? Do you have a message for people?
I do. I would say we also be together no matter what, and be included for all people, even with Down syndrome. Some people should be stronger and bolder and make the right choices. And also come to 9th of November for the She Runs, because it's the best thing that happens to all people and all inclusion.
Love that so much.
At Expo City.
At Expo City. Guys, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Amazing ambassadors for She Runs, as you said, at Expo City this November. We'll see you down there.
Yes.
Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
Guys, that is the Lovin Dubai show. We're back with you every single weekday morning. Have a beautiful day, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.